welcome and welcome back to the Whole Bucket. Welcome back to some more Defemember. It is Recycled Fairy Day. And it's also apparently Cat trying to steal my dinner day. Here, do you want this? You can have some. Especially the one you already licked. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that. You know how my cats are, a little demanding. So what you see in front of you is evening plum tea. That is not part of my advent calendar. And the reason I have that is because it's getting pretty late in the day before I'm even getting settled down to do anything. So evening plum is it. And the cookies are from the number... What number did I draw? I think it's 11. Yeah, number 4. Or no, number 4 was last time. Number 11 for today. There we go. And then it was Germany. So these are hazelnut biscuits from Aldi. A German store, right? So, I mean, and it says right on the package, product of Germany. But I took out my cookies and I gave the rest of the package away. So, there's that. Now my tea is going to sit off to the side. So I poured out a little tea and moved it over to the side. Actually, the other way around. But, let's get started on today's prompt. So for today's prompt, we're going to make an oversized tag. So this is the tag body. And it's almost the size of the whole page in the journal. There we go. But I haven't really made any tags yet. There's a few cards in the Defemember book. And there is... what else is there? The one artist trading card, uncut trading card. And then a regular trading card and a postcard. And I think that's it. As far as writing spaces and that sort of thing. So it is Recycled Fairy Day. Oh, there we go. It is Recycled Fairy Day. So I think the very first thing I'm going to do is put this... First I'll do the layout. Let's do the layout first, which means I have to give away some of the story. Well, no, not really. I don't. Wow. My brain is not functioning today. I think I say that a lot. Some days are worse than others. So I think I'm going to do this background, and I believe I am going to line... You know what? Gosh darn me. Okay, so if I use this paper as sort of a matte concept on this, for this tag, then it'll be all a bumpy surface for writing. And I don't want that. Alright, I'm going to think about it while I show you. Here is our fairy for Recycled Fairy Day. And what I really want to do is just check to see how she looks on this background. Actually, her wings can go out farther because they can go off of, if I'm going to have a matte, they can go off a little bit. Oh, but it looks like they don't really need too much. Okay. A little bit, perhaps. Anyway, there is our fairy for Recycled Fairy Day. And you might be saying to yourself, and you wouldn't be wrong, wait a minute, how is this a recycled fairy? Well, you know, there's a little bit of a secret element to that. We'll get to it. Instead of this bumpy paper that I love so much, I have an idea. Okay, I'm going to keep it. Instead of this going on the back of the tag, what if I just get a piece of black cardstock? I think she's rather dramatic in the fairy world. So what if we just play up the drama by giving it a black background? First, let's see where we need to cut it. If I want it to go about like that, and actually it'd be easier if I put this up here. Okay. Grab a pencil and we're going to cut it about right there. And about right the other end would have been easier if I just did it right there. Okay. Well, I think I got what I need in any case. If I have time today, I have something to show you. I have solved a problem that we have with our, that I'm having, I should say, with my Defemember book. And I'm a little excited about what it means to have fixed this problem. Alright, let's see how that's gonna look. Next. It's too fat. Will it even fit on the page now? Yes, it will. Doesn't have room if we want to put it in a pocket. Well, I mean, yeah, it does. I don't know if we'll be putting it in a pocket or what, but I mean, it still does really. I'm going to trim a little bit off. Gosh darn me. Just like, it's like 1/8 of an inch. How picky can you be, lady? Pretty darn, really. Pretty darn, to be honest. Alright, now let's try that again. Are we happier? Yes, I am mostly happier. That's all it takes. That's all it takes to be happy. Just a little tiny trim. Okay, now I guess I'll go back here. Since we're going for drama, just give me a second. I just gotta reach for... I gotta reach for this very piece of paper right here. There we go. That one. Why that one, you say? Oh, because it's got this cool blue-green color in it, and this is made from the early cups of tea I had from my tea and cookies. So this is just from the first couple of days where when the tea was done steeping, I wrung out the tea leaves a bit and then sprinkled them on the paper. And then I sprinkled some extra water on because one of them I dried too much. So you can see some puddles and some colors and what have you. But how cool would that look on the back of here? So that's going to now be the back of the tag for the writing space. That will be pretty awesome. I think we're just going to do it like right there. Like right there. Let's go ahead and do that first. I'm just going to glue stick. Wow, this one's empty. I'm just going to glue stick like all over this paper and then stick the cardstock down and then just trim it when it's dry. Whee! This glue stick is almost gone. Look at that. You can see the little holder in there and stuff. I don't have my work mat down either. This is my mat that's supposed to be nice for when I do flip throughs and stuff, and I've gotten it gluey and dirty and a mess. That figures. Okay, about there, and about there, and we'll hope I got good positioning on the pattern. Ooh, I think I did. Yeah, I think I like it. Okay. Set that aside to dry for a minute. And the next thing we will do is get out, yeah, this, the ink. And let's ink up this quickly. And then we're going to let this dry. This, I didn't know that VersaFine Clair, I don't know about other VersaFine inks, but this Clair that I have anyway, I didn't know that it took so long for this stuff to dry. I can't tell you how much of a mess I make all the time with this stuff. So, yeah, I get it all over everything. Next thing I want to do is figure out, like, is this background too dark or too light for the feathers or the fairy? So, she kind of blends right in with it. I don't know that I like that. But her wings show up super cool and kind of off. If I tuck them in a little further than I did earlier, then she's kind of more on a lighter background, and it's okay that her legs and hair blend. Maybe I'm going to move my hand in just a minute and see if I actually believe that. Yeah, I think I like her wings just set in a little further to give contrast to more length of her body. All right, so we got to get out a little dauber thingy. This is one of my ones that's falling apart, but we're gonna drama up her wings with this first, and then I'm gonna get out my shimmer stick and we're going to add some glitter to her wings because, you know, she's a fairy and fairy wings should glitter. Maybe they should glitter more than a shimmer stick glitters, but I'm telling you, I'm not getting out that glitter again. I was still pulling pieces of glitter off my desk today, and that was, how long ago was that? It was a while ago now that I used the glitter on the kintsugi houses. So, yeah. There we go. Okay. Okay. Let me bend this one just a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now this one. All right. So I have a question. I don't know if anybody will have an answer because this is not a crafting question at all. It's not a crafting question or a YouTube question or a DFAM Remember question. It is completely out of left park. I would like suggestions for board games. Do you have a favorite board game that you think every person who likes to play board games should own? And if you do, please comment and let me know what it is. I actually have a whole list of them right in front of me. And I got them from a different YouTube channel. And that's a reputable source, and I might look into some of these. But I thought, I wonder if the crafting community that I've been hanging out with lately anyway, even plays video or board games. And if they do, is there some realm of it that, you know, art people like that they didn't talk about? Because they are definitely a different community where I got these games from. Definitely not the junk journal community. So they would have different access and different ideas, I think. And I am looking for a wide variety of ideas. All right. This fairy is almost there. She's ready. Okay, let's take a look at how that went. Oh, wait a minute. How am I going to do that? I have to get her arm bits. Huh, good enough. Okay. There she is. And there that is. And there that is. I'm loving it so far. Let's set that aside and get out the shimmer stick. It's time, people. We're getting out the shimmer stick. That's not a shimmer stick. That's a Sharpie. I can't see back there. I got it behind all my... There it is. I got it behind all my ginger scraps, which I should pull out anyway because we need to put some ginger scraps into the project, don't we? Of course we do. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, did I? This is what I wanted. And let's do this on here. There we go. Shimmer it up. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, the silliness. There we go. 2. Count them. 2, 1, 2. Shimmered fairy wings. Let's see what we got. Any gaping holes in our shimmer? Nope. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just adding some more because I like to. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's see if we can cut our tag out yet. It feels a little wet still, but not much. I think we should be able to cut it out. I think this one's so big I need to move the camera out a little. Let's do that. Is that any better? Yeah, I think that's a little better. right. I haven't been able to see very many of the recycled fairy pages today. So I think when I'm all done, wait a minute. No, it's not Recycled Fairies Day, is it? What day is it? This is actually for tomorrow. So what? I can't think right now. What is the prompt that we just got done with? Because now I'm mixing up what I'm working on with what's already done. What was it again? It was... oh, Nature's Treasure. I haven't looked at very many Nature's Treasure pages yet. A few. Barbara from 49 Dragonflies, one of our hosts for this project, I liked hers especially well. Just because it was a super simple design, and she, at the last minute, she thought maybe it was too simple and she should do more, and that she chose not to. And I was so happy that she chose not to, because it might be very simple, right? But the things she chose to put together made me feel the same way I feel when I go out in the forest. It was the designs ended up very organic, and the colors blended very well and were very natural. And even her design that she added that was not, I think there was like rivets on the side, so it wasn't all nature, right? Even that had a rusty sort of aged look to it and ended up looking like the process of nature. I don't know. I am always excited at all the art, all the different styles of art we see, and all the different talent of art we see when we do these projects. And what the Defemember prompts bring out in people. And I have met some new people this year that are just stupid talented. Just stupid amounts of talent. So I have a different favorite, I think, for each prompt. I just really liked Barbara's this time. But I think every other one I've had a different artist every time. There is somebody that I'm thinking of that might be a repeat, but I'm not going to say it out loud in case I'm wrong, because that would be really rotten. Oh, never mind. I didn't really like your stuff. No. Okay, that wouldn't happen, but it sounded funny. But yeah, I think every time it's like a different artist is my favorite. But I just love going around. It's like dropping by everybody's house to see what they're up to. All right. There we go. Now, let's see how we're going to do Miss Remy here. Oh, and there, I gave it away. If you've been following the story and you heard what I just accidentally said, you may have not just discovered what the secret is. Gosh darn me. And if you haven't been following along, not only is this still a surprise, but even when the surprise is revealed, you might not understand it. So, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I don't know if this is a good idea or not a good idea. Okay, let's see if we can... What happens if I put them where you would expect them to go? Then can I just glue her on top where I would expect her to go? Yes, yes I can. I think I'm going to do that. Okay, let's get the real glue out. The only reason I'm using this glue right now is because the this is still wet from the shimmer stick, and I'm afraid that if I use the stick glue, I'm afraid it will rip it. At least rip some of these little tiny details. All the little pointy parts of wings. So about like that. All right. Ever so carefully tap the bits into place. And then this one. I can't see if I'm getting the tiny bits. I think I did. Okay. Now it's the fairy's turn. And we need that part right about there. All right, what do you think? There is a fairy on a tag. I love that. I love all of that. What if we use this for making a bow on the top? So we need this little thingy right here and this little thingy right here. I'm going to put a hole right there-ish. I think that's sort of the middle. Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! Rawr. Okay. That's kind of an issue. Not sure why I can't do this. Okay, let's try that again. See if I can get it in exactly the same spot so I don't make a mess of this. Oh, there we go. Well, that was interesting. I went to put the little scraps up on the shelf, and I was gonna throw the paper punch in the garbage. I'm glad I realized it's the other way around. Although, I think that paper punch might need replacing because it doesn't behave very well, does it? right now I need a black marker, and the only one I have is an ultra fine line. That won't work. Let's see if this gray is dark enough. I want to color the inside of this circle. Yes, that's plenty dark enough. That is a Sharpie-esque kind of marker, so it bleeds. Oh, I didn't do it on the back. Okay, I'm going to do this on the back a little. Okay. And then, what happened to the little scrap of black we had? I don't know, so we'll just use the big scrap. And this is not a fabulous product, but it is the only hole reinforcer punch that I've ever seen. So that makes it, you know, the best that I know of. And I decided a long time ago that I want to reinforce these with things that match. So right now I'm just doing black, but I like that I have this punch that I can do in any color or pattern or whatever out of any scrap that matches a product, or yeah, a project. There we go. Words. So I'm happy with that, even though it's not the best thing. Let's get that on there and put one on the front as well. There we go. Come here, you. There we go. So I hope that you are having fun with Defemember. If you are, I hope you're crafting along with me. I hope I can keep you company while you're working on your own stuff. I hope that I offer some inspiration and or humor. What else? If you're not doing Defemember, I guess I hope the exact same thing. I hope that I'm offering some humor and some entertainment while you're keeping yourself busy with whatever it is you're doing while I'm rattling away. But I sure appreciate anybody who stops by every time they stop by. It's a load of fun, honestly, to see who stopped by, if they had a comment, and if they did have a comment, what did they say? All right, so I'm going to square knot this, I think. Square knot. Right over left and under. Come on. Come on. There we go. Good knot. And then maybe I won't. This is kind of chunky and kind of perfect just the way it is. I think I'm actually going to leave it. I'm not doing a square knot, but I am going to glue it because otherwise it's just going to come undone. So I'll put some glue in it and I'll put some glue under it to make sure it stays put. And then we'll just go like that. Okay, those might need to be trimmed a little. I guess I had room to tie another part of the knot after all because that's looking fatter than I want it. I'm going to do it after all. Then we do left, over, right, and under. Goodness sakes, I am just contradicting myself. Left, right, and center. Oops. Sorry, fairy. I think I might have broke a leg. There you go. All right, there you go. And then I'm going to go like this, and then I'm going to fray it up a little bit. There we go. There we go. There is our fairy tag. You can't get much easier than that. This is pieces from a bunch of different digital kits, as well as some cardstock I had, and ribbon, and a piece of tea-dyed paper we made from Tea and Cookie Time. And it's just all cut and glued together, and you can't get easier than that. Now, it's going to go on a page somehow. I'm not sure what the how yet is. I'm not sure what the how is yet. Something. But I think I had this idea when I decided this is not the right thing for the tag. I thought maybe it's right for the page. Maybe we tear that across there. This doesn't tear easy. It's got a lot of chunky stuff in it. Okay, throw that aside. Maybe this is kind of here. I need to take a sip of my plum tea. Oh, I love that tea. I love that tea so much. Okay. And then here is what we're going to do on the page, because it is still springtime in the Effie Forest. What if, oops, all right, there. What if this goes down first, and then these quite possibly plus some ginger scraps, right? Because I don't know if I have enough leaves to go all the way around. But what if come on, you. What if we put spring leaves I wish I had them to go all the way around, but it's already looking like overkill. It's already looking like too much. So, anyways, do that to whatever degree it can. Collage around the edge in any case. And then do something that would hold in the card. I think that's kind of what I'm going to do, except I just had a little bit of a change of heart about the how. I don't think I've done this yet, so this is a little bravery. This is a little risk right here, because this is the page that actually goes in the book. I suppose I could just make a new pocket page if I totally screw this up, but I think I'm going to cover the whole thing in that paper that I like so much. And then we're going to do a layered tuck spot on the edge for the card, for the tag. And then, if I get this together quickly, which it really shouldn't take that long, but this is me we're talking about. If I get this done in a reasonable amount of time, or even if I don't really, because that's what we're here for, I will tell you the story about why this is a recycled fairy. Okay. Ho, 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 ho. There we go. All right, let's get that scissors back out and trim this puppy. It won't be easy to trim because it's gonna want to come apart since I just glued it, but I'm gonna do what I can because, you know, time constraints are a thing, even though I really don't seem to think they are. There are no hard and fast rules as far as I can tell when it comes to YouTube. I mean, they have some rules about how they do their commercials and stuff like that, but that's not a concern for me yet. So if it ever should turn into a concern, then I'll learn it. Right now, I have no clue. Someday, I might want to make sure I don't make videos that are an hour long all the time. But right now, I kind of like the stream of consciousness and not learning editing. Honestly, if I had to learn editing, the time and effort it takes to make videos might make it prohibitive to do at all. And that would make me very sad. Because I like having an art outlet, and I like thinking I'm reaching people. And my zebra talks are important to me. And if they reach even a person and are helpful to even a person, then that's awesome. And I happen to know, because somebody reached out to me, that they think my zebra talks are fabulous. I don't know about that. Thank you for the compliment. That's very, very kind of you, but I am glad someone's getting something out of them. And I know a person who is following along the zebra talks and is liking them. Or so she says to my face. You wouldn't lie to me, would you? I mean, honestly, if they're sucky, tell me. Say, I really wouldn't bother doing that much anymore. I'm not interested. All right, there we go. Oh, that's looking fabulous. I'm liking this. Okay, so now I do want to do the leaves thing. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I haven't been edging the leaves. I didn't last time, and I'm not going to today either. That's a real step forward for me. I think I'm going to put them up the page instead of down the page, though. Okay, you get over there. You get over there. Obviously, these will be trimmed. The side that's sticking off the page will be repaired. Maybe just like that. That looks kind of cool. And then I can't really tuck her in and still see. Well, maybe I can. Look at that. Maybe. So there's kind of the idea. I kind of like this, but I don't like, there is a part of it I'm not liking, and I don't really know how to say it out loud, but it's not, there's just something that's not quite gelling for me, but that's okay, because I want a different piece that the leaves will be attached to, but the Yeah, the leaves will be attached to, and they will it will help create the pocket. I don't think it can be this, because this is very flimsy paper, and I would be afraid. Although that is nice and dramatic, isn't it? Okay, come on over here. You wouldn't be showing up that much, really. Okay, well, I might be able to leave that leaf out. Or actually maybe leave this one out and bring this one in. Okay, what about that arrangement? Come on. I just want to see. What about this arrangement on this edge of the page? And only glued at this side so that it tucked right in there. Let's move that and move that and move this up so everybody can see. Maybe move back a little bit more so the whole thing is in there better, or get a little closer. I don't know. It would be cut off right there. I hate to say it, but I think it's the leaves that don't work. And I so wanted to use them for this. Will they work better if I take the time to edge them all? If I do, I'm going to pause the camera because I'm not going to make you sit through this again. But I am going to try this one and then look at it and see if it even makes enough of a difference. If it does, I'm going to be very unhappy with myself because I managed to stay away from this on the other page. All right, let's see if that makes it any better. Yes, I think it does. All right, well, I am going to pause for just a minute and let self-loathing set in, and then I'll be right back. And I'm back. So, I'm glad I hit the pause button because I found an option for this page that I like better, and it's this right here. It's another ginger scrap, and it's a metallic black sort of thing, and I think it goes with the drama of this fairy. And before I get to making the pocket space, I'm gonna outline this whole page. I should have done that before I hit that button again, shouldn't I? But that's okay. This will only take a second or two. Okay, there we go. And then I thought we should maybe line, just plain line the pocket with a piece of cardstock because I would just like to make it really strong. I don't really know how deep I want this pocket, but not very. It's more of a tuck spot than a pocket, really. And I don't know that I want it up the whole page, but I don't know that I don't either. So the first thing I'm going to try is just trimming the corners to match the page in the book. Oh, I should have made it the right length first, huh? Oh, it is the right length. It's actually perfectly the right length. Maybe it's meant to be. Okay, so if we glued that right there, is that a good tuck spot for our fairy card? It sure is. I like that, just like that. Then this is actually not long enough to fill the whole page. But if I just tuck that over the edge like that, oh, maybe it is. Oh my gosh, just by a hair. It's just, this is ridiculous. First of all, I'm not in camera enough to show you, but look at that little tiny peak of black right there. That's all that's sticking out. How ridiculous. I could fix that easily by just moving this up a tiny bit and doing the fold over smaller. And it should be all right that I did another fold, because the other side is slightly textured and it will have leaves covering a bunch of it. So hopefully there will not be some unseemly crease when I turn this over. I'm not even going to peek. I'm just going to commit. I'm committing to this. Apparently it's also got some sort of traction thing going on, because it squeaks. It squeaks. Okay, now on this side we can just do glue stick, I think. Because we want it all covered and we want it even. Because when you have sheer fabrics, this isn't actually fabric, it's paper, but it's kind of fabric-y. It seems kind of woven, and it is a little sheer. And when you have that, the glue can show through or change the color or whatever. The trick to making that less noticeable or not happen at all even is to make sure that your glue is spread out and is even as possible. So I've got a nice even coat of glue stick on there. And it looks like that crease just pressed right out. I am happy with that. This center crease didn't, but that's okay. There we go. Let's get this cut out. Oh, I'm so excited about this. I did not expect it to fit exactly right. That's kind of crazy. Okay. So I'm also going to commit to the pocket part, or the tuck part, so I'm just going to go ahead and immediately glue this in place. All right. Immediately glue this in place. Okay. one tuck spot. Now, the question is, do I still want the leaves on it at all? The possible answer is no. So we're going to tuck our fairy in right here. And I would really like the leaves. So let me try that one more time. Now, if that is the page and those leaves are all trimmed off right there, how does that look? Whoops, I'm off the camera again. Did I move my camera or something? I seem to be doing worse today at staying in on screen. I apologize. So I do kind of like that still, but there's an option right over here to the side that we have to consider because of the not wonderful things he does, but because of the substantial role he plays. Because of the substantial role he plays. Okay, yeah, getting really tired. So, maybe we just want to put him there. Down on the corner. On the corner. But I don't like him just plain old down there on the corner. Do we do something, another layer, torn maybe? I didn't like him on the leaves because they're too pale for him. They don't show him off. You know? They don't show off Effie enough. Do we need some more drama in the corner? No, we sure don't. I need something for Effie to at least be standing on. What if Effie is standing on a leaf? Something a little bit more like that. Does that work? That works a little okay. Does it work better if it's this one? No, because that one would have to go completely sideways, and I don't like that. Because I'm weird like that. Huh. What if... Oh, I know. What if we copied the back of the page and put a layer or two like this for Effie to stand on? Like, what if I tore it off there and then did another one? I need it a little higher than it is. So what about this? Does that work for Effie to be standing on? Kind of. What if, more ifs, what if I edge one of the pieces, because I seem to think that edging is the way to solve every problem. But in this case, it might be true, because in this case, will it make it look like a hill of grass with another hill of grass behind it. I mean, although it's obviously not woken up in the springtime yet. This is springtime. Okay. How am I doing for time? Let me take a look. Oh, we got about 5 minutes to get this in the book. All right. Well, let's see. So I'm going to put those a little closer together. Make it look like a thing like that. Put Effie on this thing, whatever it is. Now I don't like that the bottom is so straight, so I'm going to tear the bottom off as well. Torn edges are just better, aren't they? Like most of the time. In my opinion, torn edges are better almost all the time. All right, one more time. I think Effie is the thing that needs to go there. I'm just not entirely sure how this is going to happen. So I'm not liking any of my choices right now, and I am down to minutes to show you what's up. So let's get with it. So my problem was that Defemember was in this book. And there were some things I didn't like about the book, but the biggest problem with the book was it was only a 1-inch spine. So I got this. I mean, why make things smaller when you can make them more? So let's get to the proper page. We have a butterfly and 3 torn things. We have a salvaged bird, selfie bubbles, clocks and wings in an Effie dream, Halloween meets Christmas, Kintsugi houses and elf fairy visitors. We have mushroom robot gifts in their packaging in there, and a poor sick Effie in here. He's not feeling good, but his friend took good care of him. And then, and then all the fun things to play with. And then we had Ember come back to Effie's house and take him on a field trip where she took him to her nest and introduced him to her family. That was some exciting stuff. I need to punch the holes back in this thing. Uh-oh, I just almost wrecked my tag. That would be bad. And lastly, this one down here. All right. I might put hole reinforcers on there to match the tag, right? Just because that might be kind of cool looking. And this then goes in here. And this is going to go over here somehow or some way. And here is the story about why that is a recycled fairy. So one day we all know that Effie likes being out in the yard and doing his lawn and decorating his house and all that kind of stuff. So it's springtime, right? And he's out in the yard, cleaning up his yard, deciding what he wants to do for spring and summer. And all of a sudden, he hears a tinkling, sprinkling, weird noise. And he turns around, and this fairy was there. And she said, I heard some of my friends were at your house. And Effie is so shocked and amazed and cannot believe how beautiful she is. And why is there a fairy in my yard? And holy buckets. So he says, well, hello. And I don't think so. I don't know any fairies. And she laughed and she said, they left cards at your door. And he goes, oh, do you mean back just after Christmas? Yes, I do mean back just after Christmas. And he goes, oh, I saw lights and sparkly dust, and it turned into magic leaves, and I didn't see who left the card, but I still have the card. It was so funny, and it was so cute, and they just said nice things, but why did fairies stop at my house and say nice things to me? And, you know, you look and sound a little bit familiar. Like, I don't know you. I don't think we've ever met. Why do you seem kind of familiar? And she goes, well, I mean, I'm a little surprised you don't remember me. Should my feelings be hurt? And Effie started to blush, and he started to stammer, and he was a little worried he had offended her. And she just laughed some more, and she said, no, I'm not offended. She said, I'm Remy. Do you remember when I was hurt and you helped me? I told my friends that story, and when the winter fairy elves came up for the winter, they decided to say thank you. So when you weren't home, they left a nice card at your door. But I'm here to thank you in person again. And Effie was floored. Sure enough, that's why she looks familiar. Those are those wings. It's amazing. Oh my gosh, you look so different. You've been recycled. Okay. Remy couldn't take it. Recycled. Yeah, I've been recycled. I am a recycled fairy. Anyway, okay, that's the story. That's how that all happened. She is a recycled fairy, because this is Remy. She went away for the winter. She metamorphosed into her fairy self. Oh, that's a story they're going to hang on to through the ages. They immediately called Ember down from her tree and said, oh my gosh, you can't believe this. That thing we saw around Christmas time was because it was her friends. Actually, it was just before Christmas, wasn't it, that we saw them? I don't remember. I don't remember the exact date, but we saw little fairies, and they were actually fairy elves, and they left their calling cards. Turns out they were friends of Remy, and Remy wasn't an ordinary butterfly. She was a baby fairy, and she has now been recycled. Well, Remy taught Effie what a metamorphosis is and the word, but they really didn't get over the joke about Remy being recycled, so it kind of stuck. And Remy was then forever a recycled fairy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. as usual, I'm going to finish this up and I will show it at the beginning of next time. Next time is what? Let me look quick because I forgot. It is Vintage Meets Modern. I will see you at the beginning of Vintage Meets Modern. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for witnessing Remy's metamorphosis. See you next time. Bye.